So here we are. Here we are. We know you're tired. Yeah. You've had a big brunch, haven't you? You've had a big bowl each of your carny love with a bit of water added to it. You've had a couple of those cat eat tubes. A couple of them. Between them. I need to get some long handled spoons or something because Percy's a grabber. And he uses his claws and sometimes it's a bit yowy. Yow. But we manage between the five of you. And then, so he's asleep. I've got this one, my little miss, on the back of the chair. I've got Cosmo looking very, it looks like me when I've just woke up, like, fuck, I'm tired. You sleepy? Are you sleepy? I know you're sleepy in your bed. I was going to wash it. I was going to wash this bed. This was Minnie's. And I know, you love it. I need to get some more of these when I see them. These donut beds. They're great for anxiety and they really cuddle the men. Yeah, you want it now. We'll be fighting over a bed. You can share it. It's big enough for both of you. Hey, share? Can you share it? He's like, no, I don't want to share. Piss off. Hey, come on now. I don't think there's enough room because you're quite a big cat. But yeah, so that's 3 of them. I've got, hello, Miss Elsa, looking still a bit tatty, but we're not too bad today, are we? Yeah. I'm going to get you a new collar. I'm going to get her, she's the next one to go to the vets, to be honest. Yeah, you're the next one to go. You're going to hopefully have a bit of a shave job, get some of this excess fur off, because I think that's what's making you puke. She's not sick all the time, but just occasionally it's like, I think it's just excess fur. And I'm going to get you a new collar because that one's just minging. You just do this to every collar. It doesn't matter how new it is. She just destroys them. And she likes this tatty look, maybe. So that's that one. And Cosmo, Gizmo. Too many O's. Mo's. Yeah, it's been a few days since Minnie been passed away, and it's been really, really quiet here, really quiet, but as in like a peaceful quiet, because I think I've got so used to hearing the constant them pair jumping at Minnie and her growling and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just nice and calm now. They all get on, they all sleep together. So that's what I like about this. I do miss her. I just keep thinking to myself sometimes, I just wish that I could have done something differently. Could I have done this? Could I have done that? I just think she, me and the vet, we came to the conclusion that she was too far gone with the weight loss. She was really skinny on the hip area, and even the vet said that there's a chance that she may have, if it's not kidney failure, because he was pressing her kidneys and she wasn't reacting. But then I thought, well, she's in a stressy mood and she's not in her own home, and she wasn't reacting to all his squeezing and squishing around the kidney areas and stuff. So I think she just wanted to go home, but all she wanted to do was sit on my lap, which is what I let her do once the cannula bit was put into her paw. Yeah, I do think, could I have done something differently, I do beat myself up about it, but at the end of the day, I know that it's the right decision that I made. the vet said that it could have been diabetes that she had, and he says if she's got diabetes, say we do the investigations and she's got diabetes, are you going to be able to inject her every day? And I was like, no, if I had diabetes, I'd struggle to really do it myself, let alone do it on an animal. I couldn't do it every day. I know that a neighbour of mine has had a cat with diabetes, and he was on about how he was having to give her injections every single day. And then when they found out that the brother, after she'd passed so many months later, also had diabetes, they didn't want to go down the route of the injections every day. They just literally had him put to sleep. They didn't want the heartache of the struggling, to get the injection in. And, in yourself, I mean, my cats, it's hard enough just doing the flea wormer on the back of the neck, with the tube stuff. I have to be really crafty with Gizmo because he runs off from me. I have to do it when they're asleep. And just catch them out that way. And that's what I do. But it has been just a really calm household. It's like this now. There's no noise. I mean, last night I was like listening and there was nothing. All the cats were asleep or settled, they'd had something to eat. It was funny. I put them food down before I go to bed. And then if they've eaten everything, I put a bit extra down in another bowl. And I said to Cosmo, I said, this is for the morning, for that early hours morning thing. So if I do wake up late, then they've got something to eat. And I turned around because I was looking at the trays, and he'd literally hoovered everything up that was there. I was like, geez, I said, that's meant to be for the morning. I thought, well, that's it, I'm not putting any more now, because they really enjoy this carny love food. They absolutely love it. I am looking at something called scrumbles. It's like you can get it in the pate form or a soup form, and it's got probiotics in it, so it's meant to be really, really good. I've seen so many people's reviews of like where the cats have had loose poops, and a couple of mine have had not the greatest of poops, but they're not the worst. But I think a lot of it has been down to stress, because even though some of the cats haven't been like directly affected, it's all the noises of the arguing and the fighting and the noises that Minnie made, when she was frightened. It has an effect on the rest of the cats. So I'm hoping it all calms down now and things will be easier. They're all not territorial over food bowls, water bowls, all that sort of stuff has disappeared. And I'm just like thinking, this is just fantastic. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like how I wanted it to be with Minnie here, but for her, it was about quality of life, and seeing her hiding behind the TV unit, a lot of the time, frightened to come out, scared to go back to her bed, scared to go to a water bowl or a food bowl to eat. It wasn't fair. It was cruel. And living on a table for 6 months, I said, imagine this table, which isn't a huge table, it's just a small table. Imagine that with bars round it, like as if it was a dog crate. And now imagine someone saying, oh, my cat's lived in that for 6 months. I'd be like, my God, that's cruel. A few weeks due to health and cage rest and all that would be one thing, but 6 months of it, it's cruelty. And I just thought, I just want these cats to be happy, and I wanted Minnie to be happy and at peace. And the vet was wonderful, and yeah, it was about weighing up quality of life for her. So yeah, so that's what we did. and he totally agreed with me, said I was making the right decision. You've looked at every angle. I mean, I thought about rehoming her. What would it be like for her? She'd be terrified, you know, with someone else. She's got to start again with trust and everything, and I'd feel like I'd abandoned her, and I didn't want that. Then I thought about, you know, sectioning, you know, the living room doorway off with a gate, because I've got a dog gate for my front door, and I just thought I could get one of them for the living room doorway, bit that it's going to be widened. So I don't know how that would work. Would it stretch across a doorway like that? But I did think, you know, could I get away with her living in here? But then when I get my bed, not an if, when I get my bedroom back and I get my room, you know, the way I want it, new bed in and bits and pieces, I'm going to want to be in there more. And especially when my legs are feeling super painful and swollen and angry, I'm just going to want to be in there with the telly on and, you know, a drink or something, or, you know, be more in there than in here in the living room. So she'd be abandoned. She'd be on her own in here more than not, and I can't integrate her with the other cats. So I didn't think that was fair either. And then plus trying to get through a doorway with a wheelchair, you can guarantee as I'm going through with the gate open, one will run in and possibly attack her again. So it's not solving the issue. You know, if it is diabetes, could I inject her every day? No, that was another issue. But I just felt this isn't going to work. Whatever option I looked at, I just thought it's not right for her. It's not right for her. And I just thought it would be far kinder, far safer just to let her go. And the vet totally agreed that it was about quality of life. And yeah, she was euthanized, sadly. She went on my lap. He gave the second part on my lap. And yeah, and she went peacefully. And yeah, I do miss her. And I do, you know, the first night after I'd had her put to sleep, I mean, I saw her bed and a bowl and everything. I kept imagining her, thinking she was going to pop out from behind the television any minute. And then I think, no, she's gone. And, you know, and then I thought yesterday she was sleeping in that bed. And now she's gone. I hope I've made the right choice. But I know that I've made the right decision. I talked about it. I mean, the weight loss she had, I mean, even he said it was extremely excessive. She'd lost weight with eating the Benevo food. Then she dropped considerably more with all the stress. And I just thought, I can't do this. It's not fair on her. She's getting smaller and smaller. And I didn't want it, if it was kidney failure, I didn't want it to get to the final end stage of where the legs and the face basically swells up like a rugby ball. I just wanted her to be comfortable and at peace. And yeah, so she's gone. The vets did send me her cat prints and nose prints, and then we've you know, that's been sent home to me. That arrived the next day after she'd been put to sleep. I didn't bring her home, like I didn't have Alfie home when I had him put to sleep literally a month before. I couldn't afford, I mean, it was £160 to have her put to sleep. And then it's another £160 to have the cardboard, like a tube. I've got one of my cats in the tube. I've got most of my cats here. And I I wanted, ideally, if I could have afforded it, I would have had them home. I would have had them in the tube, but I couldn't afford another 160 on top. And I said, like I said with Alfie when he was passed, I said I'd rather have them at peace than have them here and struggle for money. I'd rather, it's going to be an expense enough just to have them put to sleep, but at least they'll be free from pain, free from stress. And with being in a flat, I've got a garden area, don't get me wrong, I could have had them both buried literally outside my living room window, and I could have put a plant on the top of them, you know, and gone, there's Alfie and there's Elsa. But the thing is, I just thought that with being out the front and it's an open plan garden area, that I have people that take their dogs for a walk, and sometimes are off lead, or we have foxes, you know, and I didn't want one of them to dig them up and find that the body is like down the road or something, or I didn't want that. And if I found a hole and the body gone, I'd be really, really upset. So I would much rather that they basically euthanise them, cremation, but scattered at the crematorium at the pet cemetery, and I just have the paw prints and nose prints because it's just too much of a risk. Everything's so expensive at the moment. Cost of living is just ridiculous. But I just wanted her to be at peace, and that's what exactly happened. And you know, the cats are just fantastic. I mean, they're all settled, they're all comfortable, they're all intermingling with each other. You know, there's no fighting over food, there's no fighting over anything. They're all calm and chill, and I like it. And this is what it's about, my 5 cats. They're a nice little group now. So anyway, I am going to love and leave because I've rambled on long enough. I just thought I'd let you know how they're getting on since Minnie passed. Right, catch you later. Bye.